Hey friends, Adam here. New video and a huge announcement. I mean, not huge, but it's kind of cool. And I'm not going to be like those YouTubers that make you wait until the end of the entire video to say what the announcement is. I'm going to talk about it right now. As you may have seen in this playlist up here, it is a playlist to Drew Von Port's channel. He has started something called the Bonsai League. Bonsai, the little trees, not the like kamikaze war pilot cry. And I like the idea so much, I am stealing it. I'm not stealing it in the fact that I'm calling it the Bonsai League. In fact, I don't have a name for it right now. I don't think it's going to have a name. It might just be the cool people playing pool on my channel and we talk about it and play and stuff. Although I don't know how I'm going to fit that in a title. But what it's going to be, there's going to be 5 of us. You've already seen 3 of us on the channel. In fact, this video is going to be me playing an 8-ball set against Matt K from July 3rd, over that July 4th weekend. And I already posted one. In fact, I'll put a link to the 9-ball match that we played. This is the set we played right before. And it's going to be 5 of us, including myself. We have Fargos ranging from mid 400s to, at the time of like today, I'm a 621. I just won another tourney, so that may go up a couple points. At the time of this video, I was 617. And we also have a person with no Fargo, but is an APA 7 in both 8-ball and 9-ball. So we'll have to see how that goes. It's going to be a round robin format first. So the 5 of us are each going to play each other once. That's going to be, carry the 2, 10 matches, and then we're going to do a couple cool things for either tiebreakers, or we're going to have a play-in, and then we're going to have a finals. Each of the races, we're going to do a race to 5 8-ball, race to 6 9-ball, race to 5 10-ball, but the set is going to be determined based on who wins the leg. So I win the leg, I choose, say, 9-ball, and then my opponent breaks. It's kind of like APA Master, I think they do that. Or my opponent wins the leg, he chooses to break, and then I get to choose the game, or vice versa. We're going to have some tiebreakers in there. We're playing for a small amount of, maybe we'll call it dinner funds. But the cool thing is we're going to have a shot clock. I've been working on a shot clock app. I developed one myself with a little bit of help from some AI and some bang my head against the wall. And look forward to those videos soon. I'm hoping to get some played over the Labor Day weekend here in the US, which will be essentially a week and a half, 2 weeks here. And then I will start releasing them as we play. We're not going to get them all done in one day or one weekend. In fact, one of the guys that's in there is out of town that weekend. But that's the plan. Look forward to that. Anyway, let's get on to this match. We're going to head over to the table, get this thing started. All right, I won the leg or flip, or Matt just let me break, or I said it's my house, I'm breaking, or something. And we're playing 8-ball, and right off the bat, I scratch. This is a race to 7. As you can see down below, the Fargos are 617 me and 575 for Matt. For those who don't know Matt, he's a co-owner of the Lake Geneva Billiards Club in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. They are just doing another expansion, and I think they're going from 5 tables to more than 5. I don't necessarily know how many. But this is the first time Matt and I have actually played. We've been in the same tournaments a couple times, mostly like state tournaments and things like that. And just to start out, I'm just going to leave the room and see how Matt tears apart this rack. It looks like he wants to go for stripes, but he needs to take apart this 9-ball from the 8-ball here. And I liked what he was doing at first. I liked putting it over here, well, probably over here, and playing into the 9. But I think I see, he's going to take that shot first. Try to get on this to play in the 9. Looks like he's a little straight here. That's not a straight line. Sam, leave me alone. Sam may be one of the people playing the tournament. Looks like he can get into that 9-ball. He just needs to make sure he gets a shot. He should have the 11 or maybe this 12 up here. And looks like too much stun, not enough draw. Now I did say in the 9-ball match, if I didn't put a link to it, I'll put a link up here to that match. Matt was maybe out of pool for a little bit and getting back in stroke and things like that, but he and a partner won a Scotch doubles tournament somewhere around, I think it was a couple of weeks after we played here. Maybe it was, yeah, I think it was a couple of weeks after. You'll see how well I shot in that 9-ball. We'll see if I can do the same thing in 8-ball here. He still has to deal with the 9-ball now, and this is his first time playing on this table. This is obviously not my first time playing on this table. I've played a few matches on it in my life, and a few extra racks and games and things like that. I think he's looking to play this 12 all the way down here. The issue that he has is how is he going to get on the 13 to break the 9 out? He needs to be like down in this area. And he missed that one. Now my issue is now how am I going to get the 8-ball out? I might be able to do it here. Now this is the first set. We played probably an hour of just 8-ball and then we started playing a set. And this is before I went nuts trying to change my camera. I have a new camera mount. I have a new setup. I was trying to get the same setup for live streaming and recording, but it turns out the GoPro 13 only outputs in 1080p, whereas it records in 4K, and I like the look of 4K better. So, yep, bumped that 8 out of there. That was perfect. That was really good. I like that. Not that I'm bragging about myself, but I kind of am. I kind of like that shot. Now it's just a matter of staying in line. I'm probably going to use the 7 for my last ball, maybe even the 3. I have white Gatorade. In fact, I have the bottle here. Gatorade Zero Glacier Cherry. So anyway, yes, Drew does know that I'm stealing, just kind of taking his idea and changing it up. Now, I did play a set for the first time in my life with a shot clock. I'll put the link to that up here. It was the similar to the KO challenge that I played, and I have to wait. I'll put a link to that one a little bit later because I have to wait for YouTube to do its thing. It needs like 30 or 45 seconds before I can put another card up. This was the Ultimate KO Challenge, which was a Ultimate Pool style event. Not exactly the same rules as the pros or the league, kind of modified. There is a 30-second shot clock, 30-minute match clock, but for every 30-point or 50-point Fargo difference, there's a 1-game spot and 5 minutes added to the match clock. So I played a guy by the name of Jameson. He was a 443. Played like a 600 that match, and I had to spot him 3 games. I did do narration on that first set, which is the link I posted, hoping to get someone this week, maybe, hopefully, to help me narrate the second and third set. That'll be the first for this channel getting, except for this video where Matt helped me. That one I really liked. I went all the way around. I was like babbling here. Let me back up to that shot. So here, I need to get on the 3 to be able to then, like if I was here on the 3, I could just go 1 rail and out for the 8. I didn't really like the angle that I had because I'm messing with the 13 here for just a stun or a stop. So I decided to follow it all the way around with upper right to go 1, 2, and then shoot over. The right spin kind of opens that angle up and flattens it out over there by the 3. So watch me shoot it again. I still have not heard from anyone if there's a better plugin for OBS or better video viewer for OBS or better way to view videos while recording in OBS. One of the above. If anyone knows of anything, let me know, because right now I'm using the VLC Media built-in scene and it's not great. But I got really good here. Now all I have to do is avoid. I think I called this the 13. I think this is the 11. Yep, this is the 13. And this is the 9. And that's the 12. And this is the 8-ball. All I have to do is avoid the 11. I don't want to get anywhere near it. Instead, dangerous. Very, very dangerous. It's kind of easy to get stuck behind that ball. So I should have widened that angle so I come out away from it. Because I had a big giant window on the 8-ball. But I'm up 1-0. I managed to make it work. Maybe look for some changes to the room soon. I want to get this whole area cleared out and carpet squares all over this cemented area, concrete area. Much better break. I think I made 2 solids. Yep. We are playing with the poop emoji rack. I mean, the Teom Max rack. It does kind of look like the poop emoji, though, doesn't it? I like it a lot. It came out a few years ago, and there are, at the time, I don't know what the prices are on them now, but at the time, it was 3 to a pack of 20 for $25. For the 8-ball, there's a one that does 8-ball, one that does both 9 and 10-ball. You've seen them both on this channel. Highly recommended. I was using the Matchroom 9-ball rack, but that only does 9-ball, and it's like $15 for one of them. Maybe 2, I don't know. But so I kind of like stripes here because I don't like where the 6 and the 7 are down here by my left hip. I don't think I like that, though. That's not too bad, but I'm going to be... So I'm going to have to take the 9 here, but I'm going to have to push the 12 into the 3, unless I want to take the 12 first, which may not be a bad idea. Looks like I'm taking the 9. If I can avoid the 9 and just go up here, that'd be great. I got lucky there. I shouldn't say I got lucky. The angle is probably there, which is why I shot it. But what I did not want to do is push this 12 like behind the 3 and make that a problem. I already have issues with these 2 down here, but I think this goes, and I know this goes over from the right side. Actually, I got on the 12, so I decided to take it now and get it out of there. I think I was pretty straight on the 11, and by taking the 12, it not only gets it out, it gives me a bigger angle on the 11. Now I'd like to come around here for the 10 in the same pocket I just played the 12 in the lower right. L, right. Or are you saying this is my right hand, or is this a mirror? I don't know. So it looks like the 13 does not go, and I'm getting on the 15 in a way to try to break the 13 out. If I was playing the Ghost, and I'll put a playlist of my Ghost matches up here, oh boy, what am I doing here? I would have taken ball in hand and dealt with this mess, either stripes or solids first. But since we're not playing the Ghost and I'm playing just a real person in a real match, I have to do that. I'm playing the 15 off the 6. The 6 might go into the 13. The cue ball is going to go who knows where, and I hope I get a shot. I think I'm going to draw it back here. Maybe get a shot on the 13 on the side. Or I'm just going to completely miss everything. That was not a very high percentage shot, and it's 0% the way I shot it. Sometimes you got to play percentages. Or not. Based on what I just did. I got the synchronized drinking game. Oh. I think Matt was trying to hold it for the 6 short side, or short side on the 5. Have to refill my glass here. Apologies. This video not brought to you by Gatorade. This video sponsored by me. So I need to just make this 13 and hold it. Just like that. Coming 2 rails out. Hopefully don't get blocked by the 7. I don't think I did, but it's hard to tell from this angle. I'm getting down on the shot pretty fast, so it looks like I must have it. I may have to play a little bit of right spin to spin it around the 7, like that. And maybe I didn't have it. Wait, where did I hit that? Did I hit that high in the pocket or low into the pocket? I hit that high into the pocket, which means I might not have had enough of the ball. I should have maybe looked at that a little closer. It looks like I kind of decelerated the stroke a little. Maybe I could have just played the cross bank. The 8-ball is a pretty big window. I can get like anywhere. I know Drew's much better at these lines. Anywhere in this area to really play it, or I can get way up here to play it. Matt plays the combo kiss, something I'm probably made a wisecrack of. Did you call it that way? We don't play that. No, nobody plays bar rules anymore. If you do, I'm sorry. What can I say? Ran into a guy a couple weeks ago who quit playing pool because he doesn't like BCA. I wonder if he still has his horse and buggy because he doesn't like cars. So Matt's making quick work of this. He needs to get an angle on the 4 to get down for the 7. Stating the obvious. But that's what pool commentary is. So what he has to, that was a really, really good play. And he went for it right away because the 4 makes a good key ball on the 8. Because those are connected unless you draw like that. Hey, look, it looks like a little face on the 4 ball. Sorry. It's been a long week. It's Tuesday. I was wondering about that. That was rough. Yeah, he looked like he had problems with the stroke on that one. When you have that ball in your way, like the 15 ball, which may or may not have been blocking the pocket, but it's still in your line of vision, you tend to overcut or hit away from the ball. In this case, it was overcut. This is a pretty cool shot. What would you know what? I want to pause it. What would you do on this shot? 15 does not go here. I can guarantee it does not go here. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I guarantee it does not go. The first obvious shot that most people are going to guess is banking it here. Not necessarily in that line. The problem with that is I think it's a little bit of you have to stiff it up a little bit and the cue ball is going to go this way, which makes the 8-ball shot tough. So take a couple seconds, leave me a comment. Pause the video right now because I'm going to keep going. Let me know what you would do. What I'm going to do, and I looked at this for all of 13 seconds, I'm calling it in the side. And I'm going to sell out the game if I miss, but there's no safety here. I could maybe try to lay it up right here, but bam, right off the 8-ball. Push the 8-ball right for a perfect shot. I did a slow motion of this. Look at this. Just right off the 8, a little bit off the point in the side pocket. The 8 was sitting in a really good spot for that. It made the target 2 or 3 times bigger. And I'm 1 8-ball away from putting the set away. Oh. Sorry. All right, I'm up 2-0. And again, this is the race to 7. It says right here in my almost centered graphic. Took a while to get that figured out. So I think as you could see me doing this, I think I just slammed my finger or hand into the table, which this table is like that much taller than your standard Diamond or Brunswick or like pool hall table, Gold Crown or Diamond. And I tend to set up just in the wrong or right, or however you want to look at it, place that if I watch out and I follow through too much. I mean, I've followed through to like here before on my breaks with the tip of my cue. But if I do that, I have a chance to slam my hand on the table. That does not feel good. I've taken chunks of skin out and big giant bruises and stuff like that. Everything's fine now. See? But looking at this table, I kind of like stripes because I can get at this 10 and 9 right away. Now, I do have an issue with the 8-ball. But I believe it goes this way. Another OBS question for you guys who out there using OBS Studio for the PC. I am using the old OBS whiteboard script. It was written in 2020 and really never updated. I just found out it does not work on OBS 31, although I have to pay more attention and see if I can figure out if that's really true or not. Do you know of another whiteboard that works drawing on the screen? Like there is one out there that I can use a tablet. Spoiler alert, I got a new tablet. But that one, I don't want to use a different device for it. I don't want to have to. I want to be able to just use the same machine that I'm recording on. I can look at my camera, I can look at the screen and get everything done. Bonus if there is a whiteboard that does straight lines, because as you can see, I'm not very good at drawing a straight line. I think that was a shark. So based on the fact I didn't take the 9 ball, I think the 9 ball goes in both pockets, and I think I can use the 9 to get a good shot in the 8. So this is almost like follow up to straight in on the 15, stop shot, and get a little bit of angle on this shot line on the 9. So I want to be kind of like on this side of it and bump into the 3 to play the 8 in the side. That's what I'm thinking right now. I do not remember this match. This was 100 million years ago in pool life terms or something. I don't know. But now it looks like I got on the other side of the 15 that I didn't, or too far of an angle on the 15. So instead of holding it, I might be coming over here. Yes, I'm coming over there. And now I need to figure out where I'm playing this 8 ball. I'm assuming I had a plan the whole time. If it goes down here, I like this angle because I can just come 1, 2, and out. It bugs me that I didn't, at least it doesn't appear that I took a lot of time to look at the 8 ball. Or I can do that, just bump it perfectly straight in the side, half a foot away from it. That's probably not even half a foot. That's probably 3 or 4 inches. I don't think that was the plan, but I will take it, and I will take the 3-0 lead. That was a break and run. You know how I know? Because it says so right on the screen here. And because Matt didn't get up and shoot it all. I don't know what that was, but again, I made 2 solids. Everything is super wide open, as opposed to when the old guys or Romines would break and scratch and leave a big giant cluster of 7 balls and go, oh, it's wide open for you. That's like the old school, old guy sharking, not meaning to shark technique. So I kind of like solids for the fact that the 11 is a little tough because the 6 ball is blocking it. But I also don't like solids because of the 7 ball, although anywhere in this line, the 7 goes. If I take solids, do I start with the 2 or 3? And it looks like I'm actually looking at stripes here. So I have a plan for the 11 that I don't know what it is yet. So stay tuned. Does it go past the 6? Surely not. For anyone wondering who hasn't seen my videos, this is a Brunswick Glenwood black and tan, as you can see by the black diamonds, black pockets, tan rails, and it has like those cool claw, black and tan claw legs. It is a 8 foot. It has Simonis 860 HR on it, and I had the pockets cut down, or rails lengthened out to cut the pocket down to a Diamond Pro Cut size, which is a little bit, oh boy, that was terrible. A little bit shy of 4.5 on the corners, and either 4 3/4 or 5 on the sides. I don't remember. One of these days I'll measure it and then I'll remember for a minute and then I'll forget again. But it's and then I have the rubber is actually diamond rubber. The angle isn't the same. It's the angle of the Brunswick, because changing that angle is much, much harder than just extending the rails out. Earlier videos in my channel, if you go back 2001 or so, these pockets were 5 1/4 with 6-inch sides, and it was like shooting into a giant garbage can. But now it does play very, very similar to a Diamond 7-foot. I think the Diamond 7-foots are a little bouncier because of the rail angle. But as far as action and how the balls react on the felt and things like that, it's very similar. I did also polish I waxed the cue ball. I actually polished all the balls with I got a new ball polisher machine thingy on Amazon and the Feder Gorst spray. And holy cow, does that make a difference. Like, you can't play a stop shot. You know, the normal way you play a stop shot. Now the bar guys play a stop shot by hitting as hard as they can in the middle of the cue ball and then are amazed when it rolls forward. The real stop shot is you play draw or I should say not draw, bottom spin until the cue ball stops at the time that it hits the object ball. Matt looks like he's going to get out here. But with the cue ball all polished up, you try a normal draw shot and or stop shot and it's going to draw back like 3 or 4 inches. I'll do a video on that at some point. Yes, I promise. Just like I promised to do the video that I am going to work on, like potentially this week on my shooting system, because that's come up in every video and I talk about it in every video. The only thing I don't like about this is that, ooh, that was rough. I think he was obviously trying to go around it, but I don't know why, if he needed to. I think he's trying to get his, just let his stroke out and just get in stroke, because he hasn't shot a whole lot on this set yet. Now he has to try to figure out how to get on the 8. And that's how I would have done it. Obviously, he did not mean to play the 7 off the 10 and hit the cue ball right into the 9, or whatever those 2 balls were, two of these 3. But it worked. He got to leave. Ugh. And the side pocket got him. These side pockets are really pointy. They are much pointier than the diamond table. I don't know. I mean, it's brand new facings and brand new now. It's almost 2 years since I've had this refelted, but it's still in excellent condition. I mean, you can see the wear marks from the break. This is a line I drew. That's a line I drew, but you can see some marks, but it's still in just excellent condition. So I tried to get down into these to make something happen, and instead I made a mess. And I think, as you'll see in a little bit, I think that I wired up the 10. So I think the 14, is it 13, 10 is dead in this corner. All I have to do is get on it, which means I have to be either on this side of the 8 or on this side of the 8, or here or here. So I just stopped it to make sure I did not get myself behind the 8 and to put a bunch of cool spin on it, because that looks cool on camera. And I'm just calling the 10. I didn't take any time at all to figure out where the other balls are going. I just saw a 3-ball combo, my eyes glaze over, and I did that. However, I have a stop shot safety here that's pretty devastating with 3 balls left on the table. So I'm going to just play this 14 dead into the rail and stop the cue ball. Now, I don't know if I called the bank or not. I shouldn't call the bank. I should just call safety here. And that makes it even worse. Matt has just a ball in the middle of the table. The reason I say makes it worse is because it moves the 8 closer to the middle of the table, which is the hardest spot to kick a ball. Not granted, he was only over here or whatever, but it still makes it a little bit worse. And if we're talking 1 or 2% worse over 100 shots, that's 2 misses. That's a great hit. I don't think he called it there. I think he called it here. But great hit and a great result. Like, seeing where he was, if you showed him this screenshot and say, here, you don't have to shoot it and I'll just give you this, I think I would take that over trying to shoot it. I'm right on the rail. It's very, very straight in. I have to kind of just hit it dead center pocket, and the 8's a given. So I got lucky that I made the 10 ball wired. I got unlucky or stupid, or however you want to call it, that I didn't bother looking at how the 14 and 13 were going to go after I made the 10. And I got good making the 14 safety. And I got lucky that he left me some kind of shot. So there is luck involved in 8 ball. There's a lot of luck involved in pool. It's just more playing the percentages than playing luck. So if I have a shot, let's say I have a shot that I can make, and these are all estimates. There's no, like, unless you play them a million times and track every single time. There is, let's say you have an 80% shot that means you're 80% to make it, which means you're going to miss 1 out of 5 times. 80% seems like a lot until you realize you're missing 1 out of 5 times. But then let's say the safety is only 75% to get safe. You should probably go after the shot, because not only is it 75% to get safe, your opponent has, and I'm quoting these numbers from Mark Wilson, your opponent has about a 20% chance to resafe if he gets a good hit. There's a certain percent chance on a safe he can actually make the ball and get good, but there's that 20% chance that he just gets lucky and resafes you. So even though you play a good safety, you are not necessarily guaranteed to get back to the table. Now, if the shot is 55% and the safety is 75%, then you take the safety. 20%, be damned. Looks like there's only 3 balls left here. I just need an angle to get on this 5 ball, and I don't know if the 5 goes down here, and it might. The way I'm looking at it, it kind of does. Well, maybe not. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. Looks like I might be just leaving. Yep, I'm left. The 5 must go. If I can bump into the 9 here, that's perfect. So just play the 5 and just bump the cue ball on the 9, and the 8 goes up here. 8 may go on the side past the 14. I don't think it does. I would rather have the angle to go for the corner. Something didn't feel right. I stood up. That does not mean I'm uncomfortable with the shot. It just means something didn't feel right, and I stood up instead of adjusting. I don't know what the plan was there, but let's draw the bejesus out of it and hope I get a shot. I think I was trying to draw back and out for a shot down here, but this works if it goes. Yeah, Matt caught me. Oh, that is another break and run. So that's 2 out of the 5 games are break and run. Matt caught me on a bad day for him and a good day for me. I was obviously feeling really good this day about my shooting. The shots that I left him, he was not in stroke, and I think I made it. Oh, geez, I'm making every ball on the table now. Whatever I had going on the break today worked. Maybe smacking my hand into the table helped it. It's kind of like, is that like blowing on the cartridges in the video game cartridges? They just work better if you smack your hand, or did I just sacrifice the thumbnail every time I want to break well? I hope not, because that hurts. So let's see what we got on this table. Everything is more wide open than they have been. There are really no issues here. So it's going to depend on what the first shot is. What I like best on the first shot. Probably the 11 ball on the side. And if I can just come right up the center of the table, I can get the 9, 13, 15, 14, or I can do this. That was dangerous. I think I decelerated a little bit on that, because if I would have put more of a, not even a follow, but more of a top on it, I think I would have gone just straight down, up and down. And then basically every ball as a leave. This, I still have the 9, I still have the 14. The 9's the obvious one here. Now I can draw back for the 14. I can maybe draw all the way out for the 15. I think I was drawing back for the 14. I also had the 12 as kind of a backup or emergency ball. But I'm looking at this and the 15 just straight in, so why wouldn't I take it here? Like, it's 2 inches away and I don't have to worry about the wall or another ball. Key ball for the 8 doesn't really matter, because the 8 is so accessible and it's right in front of the side pocket. But maybe that's an issue with taking shots that are 2 inches away from your cue. I had to jack up to try to stop it, and I just decelerated, and I was meaning to probably draw back off the rail, and instead just stop shot it. And so as I was saying, it's impossible to stop shot when you have the cue all polished, unless you decelerate. So Matt should get out here. Man needs to take his time and just... And it's cool that I have another Matt on the channel, because then I don't have to change names and get the name wrong. So if you ever want to play, in fact, what I should have done is I should have restricted the tournament that I'm doing to anyone named Matt and then me. And then on the scoreboard, I could just change it to Adam versus Matt. And it just doesn't matter who plays or who shows up that day. Maybe I'll just make people change their name to Matt. Adam and the Matts? No, it's like a 60s band. 50s, somewhere in there. Matt is looking at how to get from the 1 to the 2 to the 3 here, and I think he needs to come with a little bit of upper right and come 1 rail and back over for the 2 in the same pocket. Okay, he did not. I don't like slow rolling those, and I've had this discussion on this channel a lot of the times. I don't like slow rolling balls because, like you saw game 2, maybe 3, where I just hit that ball right into the rail over here. You tend to do that when you slow roll things. I'm going to do another video on the effect of speed on a cut shot and just show how you have to change your angle of aim based on how hard you hit the ball. Matt almost missed that. And because he hit it into the rail, so he hit it to the thin or thick side of the pocket down here instead of up here. And you may think that sounds goofy because the pocket's a pocket, but you can fit 2 balls in one of these pockets, and there are actually multiple different angles. You can aim the ball into the pocket to get different cue ball. And someone is at my door. Thank you, Ring, for... Hey, UPS is at the door, see? In fact, after this game, I'm going to take a short break because that's something expensive at my door. I need to go get it. I will be right back. All right, I am back. Apologies for that. Even though to you, it didn't really seem like much. It was just like maybe I'll do something in the video, pause or whatever. But anyway, Matt's on the board, 5-1. Matt did not slam his hand into the rail, so Matt does not make a ball on the break. But look at the likes of this. There are some issues on this table. We're going to perform... Remember that game Operation? Did it ever bother anyone that the guy was awake the entire time? Yikes. Anyway... Stripes would be okay here because, and in fact, I would prefer taking stripes because of the way the 8-ball is. It is really hard to get the 8-ball broken out with solids here. Now, there are problems with stripes, mainly all of them. But there's no real good opening shot. The 3-13 looks okay, but I have to cut it way over here. And then I don't think I have another shot. Maybe the 9. It looks like I'm going to take the 1 off the 9 and try to break the 8 out. Or, yeah. So okay. Hang on a second. Let's back this up a second. What I'm trying to do is I'm playing the 1 into the 9, into the side, and sending the 9 past the 15 and breaking the 3 out. Now, I don't know what my plan was for the 8-ball because I did not have a shot to break the 8 out. And up here, there's a bunch of balls up here, but none of those really have a chance of breaking the 8 out. I guess I was hoping the 3-ball would get in the spot. But watch what the 9 does because it kind of goes into warp drive here. It just barely misses. Well, it doesn't really barely miss, but it misses the 3 and it misses the 8. Kind of goes right in between them. And now I'm stuck. This is not good. I do have the 3-ball blocking up the 13. But what I need to watch out for is making sure that the 3-ball isn't the last solid on the table. Because if it is, Matt has a zillion safeties he can play and I'm going to be in trouble. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Am I trying to power draw this back into the... No, okay, good. I could... If I can get... Oh boy. I think what I'm trying to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was going to pause it, but I'm in the way. I'm trying to go 4 rails into the 3 here. 2, 3, and I missed it. But I'm down here, and it's about the only way I can get down here. I may take on this bank if I think it goes. Yeah, the 3-ball looks like it might bank past the 13. Problem is here is I'm committing myself to the run out when I don't have a way to get to the 8s. I do not like anything about this. And in retrospect, I would have much rather taken stripes than solids here, just purely because of this 8-ball. I could have left the 3 here and dealt with it with one of these 3, or even the 15, or just made a plan to play safe off it or something. But this is trouble, and it's kind of a short-sighted view. I hate to be so critical of myself, but I am looking around now, but it may be too late. I maybe have crossed the point of you're in trouble now, stop making balls, but I don't know where I would leave it. Could I play the 7 into the 10, cue ball into this rail, just make it difficult? I'm not leaving. It's not like a rotation safety where I'm trying to save him from seeing everything. I don't know what that was. Was the plan to play the 7 here and cue ball down into here? If so, what was I doing on the 4? Am I trying to draw back on the 7 to get perfect shape to do what I was just talking about? Yikes, I don't like any part of this. I think that's what I was trying to do. I should have tried to play off. I don't know what I was trying to do. Maybe better would have been leave the 4 here and play or play the 4 when I was on the 6 and leave the 6 here and just go one rail and try to bump into that. And I have the 6 as kind of insurance. So here I'm basically putting the game on the line on hoping to get the 8-ball broken out and a shot on it. And that's not going to do it. That's not even close. In fact, I cut off the 1 rail kick for myself. The only way I can hit this 8-ball is to go 2 rails into it. Probably not those exact. I need to be tighter to the corner. So I'm calling it 2 rails, 8 off the 14 in the side, because at this point you're going to hit it hard. Just call a pocket and hope it goes. A better thing would have been maybe calling up here, or it didn't even go that way. 2 rails, 8 into the 14, 14 into the side. Now the only good thing about this is that I did not leave a real easy way for Matt to save me to where I can't hit the 8-ball. Matt's issue is this 12-ball here. Everything else is... Matt's issue is no longer the 12-ball because he broke it out, so that was really good. Now, if you can hold it, and I always say don't hold things, there's your pattern. 12, 1 rail out to maybe here, then 10, 15, 11. Depending on how you get on the 11 is where the 8 will go. One of the bottom corners, probably. Yep. Okay, I thought he was looking at the 11 to shoot it. I was going to say that's not a terrible idea. He was going to look at the 11 to shoot it. So this case basically wants to bring the 11 back into the line of where he is right now. Oh, he missed it. Because that would have done the 10 and then just the 15 as this key ball and then the 8 down here. Both patterns are fine. The first one that I saw was just the 10 led to the 15, so I just naturally assumed he would go to the 11. But the 15 does make a better key ball to the 8. However, gotta make those. I almost missed that. I hit that to the top side of this pocket. But I am on the hill at 6-1. But that is why I say, and I hate to do this because a lot of videos talk about, and a lot of teachers talk about the key ball and the 8-ball is your most critical ball. if it's out in the open like that, multiple pockets, it isn't as important. Or it isn't worth ruining your run just to get on the key ball you decided was your key ball for the 8. It's always good to have multiple options in 8-ball, especially if there's, the ball was like out here and it can go in either corner fine. It can go here. If you someone get down here, it goes up here. There are multiple ways to get there. I think with that 3-ball pattern, you take the easiest shot. I think that was a 10-ball at that point. So here, I don't know why I did that. I did not want to drop into this 1-ball like that. But again, I'm breaking well. I mean, everything's broken apart. No 2 balls are touching. Everything goes. Everything has a pocket. As Drew says, EFG. Every final something with a G. And I just chopped that right into the outer point, as they say. But what are you gonna do? It's pool. If I were never going to miss a shot, I would be in the US Open today and not be able to do this video. US Open will be a fun tournament to play. As it is, coming November, right around the middle of November, I have hotel booked. I have everything booked. Hotel, tournament entrance, flights, rental car. I am going to the International Open in St. Augustine, Florida in November. It's like this right around the 15th, 17th, 18th, somewhere in there. I am not playing the pro event because I'm not insane. Although a friend of mine, pool playing friend Vitaly, has played in the pro event. I'm going to play in the newly created 650 and under semi-pro event that is going to have 128 players, 128 player field, and played in the same format and on the same tables interspersed around with the pros. Now they may put us scrubs over to the side, but we're playing the same 9-foot tables. We're playing the 9-ball on the spot, break box, alternate break. Maybe it's alternate break. Maybe it's winter break. Maybe I don't remember what it is, but race to 9 or 7 or whatever it is. And it's cool. It's a $125 buy-in, $25 registration fee that I've already paid. And then it is similar to Derby City, where if you lose, it's a buyback system and not double elimination. So it's a redraw every round. Oh, Matt. And for $50, you can buy back in. And if you go 2 and out, meaning you lose your first match, you buy in, you lose your second match, they'll refund you the $50 back. And that also does include a pass for both my wife and I to watch and sit and intermingle with all the pro matches and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Need to get some practice on a 9-foot table. There's one place close to me that has a 9-foot table, 9-foot diamonds that would be similar to the table that I'd be playing on. That is the Carom Room in Beloit, Wisconsin. I think I was trying to get on the 4 there. Here I'm just going to bump whatever I can on the way to trying to do something. Here it'd be nice to be able to clear that 7 out a little bit. I'm pretty straight on this too, it looks like. Here's where I need Drew's straight line machine. Yeah, I was straight onto it, but do I float down to play the 7 on the side? I don't know what I'm doing here. Floating forward to play the 4? I have both shots right now. 7 on the side or the 4. I think I like the 7 on the side better, but I didn't even look at it. The issue here is I have to get on the 7. That will work. The 10 it doesn't seem like it's in the way, but if you're here, it's a much tougher shot. As it is, I'm going away from this. I just need to make sure. Don't scratch. Oh boy. Don't scratch, don't corner hook myself. I don't know if I have a shot here. I think I do. Not with my cue though, not on these walls. So yeah, let me know what you think about the tournament idea. If you haven't seen Drew's, check out that playlist I put up. It's getting exciting. They have 6 players in a round robin. They're doing APA scoring with BCA rules. We're gonna do it just a little bit different. But I did get it. And that is it. That is a 7-1 victory. And on to the next set, which I may or may not narrate right now. So anyway, that is it. I was obviously shooting well. I had 2 break and runs. Probably should have had 1 more, if not 2 more, which is, I mean, I don't know how you beat anyone in a race of 7 when they break and run more than half the games. So Matt, I'm sorry that I featured you on the channel yet again, kind of crushing your soul, but it didn't scare him away. Matt came back another time. I don't know if we got much on video there. I was messing with the camera and everything all set up, and we were practicing for the tournament with the scoreboard and things like that. But Matt is in this tournament. So both Matts that you've seen in this channel are in this tournament, along with me, along with 2 other people that you haven't seen. We will get to that at some point. In the meantime, do your like and share and subscribe and all the YouTube stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. You guys notice how YouTubers always have their taglines? Like I used to say, hi, pool playing friends, but YouTube's captioning screwed that up, and it sounded like another word that, or it brought out another word that I wasn't saying. A lot of guys have a tagline like keep on shooting, keep on practicing. I kind of say we'll see you next time, or see you next week, or until next time, or something like that. But I've been working on a couple ideas, and I want to run these by you. We'll see what you think. So until next time, get your asses back to the table. Maybe not. So until next video, stop screwing around with useless stuff like work and eating and feeding your family, and get back to the practice table. No. All right, until next time, I expect you all to get back on the tables and hit balls until you can't feel your knees anymore. I gotta keep working on it. We'll see what I come up with.